That's your job here today? You make me look good. Okay. Hello, and welcome to Talking Business. I'm your host, Neil Tilk. On this episode of our show, we are so fortunate to have as our guest co-owner, co-proprietor, co-artisan Claire Anderson of Studio Vine Glass in Niagara Falls. Let's learn a little bit more about them and their business after this. Hello, Claire, and thank you for having us on your show. On our show, thank you. You know the girl works with her hands because she's got quite the handshake. Our audience is excited here to see about the exporting of your business, the exporting of the culture to points beyond the Niagara region. The business person in me would like to know, 4 years ago, 2015, economy's a little shaky, future is uncertain. Yep. The U.S. dollar is very strong. Mm-hmm. What were you thinking when you started your business?
I don't know. That's honestly why we chose the drinking wares. We figured even in a poor economy, everybody drinks.
That's right.
So we'll cater to that.
Actually, in a poor economy, I think people drink more.
They drink more, yes, they do.
But I'm not sure what they'd be putting in that. The mortality rate for a small business is very high.
Yeah.
You obviously knew the numbers before going in. You knew it was a bit of a risk.
Yep.
I think our audience would like to know, how exactly did you start? Step by step, what was the process?
Well, firstly, my husband and I, out of college, we kind of bounced around from city to city, working at different studios, getting a feel for how different artistic glassblowing studios work. And then we spent a couple of years working in one where we kind of decided we wanted it for ourselves. We're both pretty headstrong. Working for another artist is difficult when you're as passionate as we are about what we do. So we just wanted to make things that were of genuine interest to us.
Beautiful.
Kind of like take that leap.
Absolutely, and
Yeah.
you have. You know, I have a hard time working for somebody too. Long time ago, I said I'm never going to work for somebody who's not as smart as I am. So I suppose you folks are the same way, right?
Yeah.
So, but there was a logical step, a logical process for you. You said that you started out with some shows and that. Maybe you could elaborate on those?
Yeah. So we started out, just doing shows. We rented our studio time. So we moved down to Niagara Falls. We chose that region for the food and wine scene. And beer now and distilling and all that stuff. So we rented time in Mississauga 2 days a week and just hustled around Ontario doing various craft shows, working on our retail customer base. We also worked on our wholesale customer base, so we did some wholesale shows, started landing stores all over Canada, shipping our work out, and just saved our money until we could afford the building that we're in now.
Perfect. That leads into my next question. Now, you've done some marketing research. You know, where is your customer? Where is your customer these days?
They're everywhere. Typically, our customer is female, although we've been hitting males as well. Ages, probably late 20s to 55, 60, that kind of group. Cultured, educated, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
And with a few bucks in their pocket.
Yeah. Typically middle class, upper middle class. When it's our sculptures, it's like.
This is essential. Have to be ready, willing, and able to buy.
Yes.
We'll be back with more about Claire Anderson right after this.
Jacob Campbell from Talking Business here at Studio Vine Glassblowing, a small glass crafting business in Niagara Falls with huge creativity. Let's take a look inside. Walking through the door, you're greeted by a bright workshop filled with gorgeous glass. Using extreme heat and precision, workers at Studio Vine craft products with both form and function. They make everything from pestle and mortars, to wish balls, to glass on the more recreational side. You can identify their work by the seal imprinted on their product. They cater heavily to the region's food and wine industry, having shelves lined with glasses, mugs, and bottles. Along with all the practical pieces, there's no shortage of knickknacks around the studio. Check out these weird little dudes. Watching the owners mold and shape the glass can be almost hypnotizing. You truly get a sense of the level of skill that goes into this work.
I had the pleasure of attending your studio, and for anyone that hasn't been in your studio, they don't know that you have a that you have a bathtub with glass bubbles in it.
We sure do.
What was the whole theory behind that?
We rescued the bathtub, firstly. Like someone was going to destroy it and send it out the window. So we scooped it up, renovated it back new again, and then we actually did have a garden in there, but one summer roasted everything and killed it all.
Oh, that was it.
So we thought, let's make a bubble bath instead.
Yeah, why not? You know, lots of people have these ornaments on their front lawn, but they make them out of toilets. You know, I'm sure a bathtub's just a little bit more appropriate for your thought bubbles.
Yes.
I also noticed while I was in there, and I was really anxious to get out of there because it was all so breakable, I felt like a real bull in the glass shop. But I noticed that you guys are offering classes now and that you teach people glass blowing. How important is that to you as an artist to continue to do that and letting people learn from your art form?
It's more something we do. It's not like a major part of our business plan. It's something we do more for fun. It kind of lets people feel how difficult it is more than anything. Like if you just take one class with us, you're not going to necessarily learn how to make anything, but you're going to go away with a little piece that you made. You're going to experience the heat. You're going to experience how difficult it is. And if anything, that lends to people understanding the craft a little bit more and how much work we've actually put in.
All right, so you're hoping to teach people and they will have a better understanding and a better appreciation for what it is that you go to.
Yeah.
I also know that, that I don't know who the philosopher was, but they said you teach best what you most need to know. So by imparting your vision, by imparting your artistic skills onto people, I'm sure, are you not maybe just trying to recruit somebody that you might need labor later on? You might.
Yeah, eventually, yeah. And like the younger, the better. The younger we get them started, the better.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. I was looking through. I was trying to read. I was looking through your website. I was looking through the glossary of terms. I was going through all these things, trying to learn what it is that you do, and I have to confess, I'm no further ahead. So maybe you can tell our viewing audience here exactly what the process is from start to finish, if you can.
Okay, well it starts with our glass melting furnace. So it's at about 2,000 degrees. Every night we put cold glass in and slowly melt it down. And then every piece starts on what we call a blowpipe. So it's a hollow steel pipe, and you dip it into the glass and you start rotating, and from that point you never stop rotating. And then you just use your breath and you use tools to manipulate and shape it into things. So we're kind of just blowing bubbles.
Blowing bubbles,
Yeah.
Perfect. I saw all the tools that were featured and all that, and you know, I tried to get a grasp on how it is that that you folks perform your magic the way you do. That's what makes you an artisan, because I have absolutely no idea. I could probably take 10 classes, and I would still be no farther ahead.
You basically break everything for like 3 years.
This is what I thought might happen last night when I was there. Just anxious to get out of there. We'll be back for a moment with Claire Anderson.
My name's Stephen Woodruff, but I go by Woody. I've been blowing glass for about 12 years, roughly. And this is Studio Vine Glass. So this is my studio that my wife and I founded, I'd say about 2 or 3 years ago. We bought the building.
So what inspired you to start the business?
The thing that inspired us was sheer will to make glass. We worked for others for a number of years, and doing that and running their whole operation, we figured, why don't we just do it for ourselves?
What is it about making glass that interests you?
The challenge. It's very difficult. I bounced around from different art disciplines. You kind of start as an artist doing creative things such as singing, music, painting, drawing, anything like that. So it fostered like that and then evolved. And you always call in your previous skill sets from your different artistic disciplines to apply them to a new medium. And when I tried glass for the first time, I couldn't apply anything. It was so hard. It was difficult. And I was just like, I gotta figure this out. So yeah, it's addicting.
Do you think this will be it for you? Is glass blowing the final step?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, this is my lifelong pursuit, and when glass stops teaching me something, it's the day I die. You learn from it all the time, and it's amazing finding something, especially early on in my life. I'm pretty young still, to find something that I really enjoy and do that one thing and do it really well.
And we're back with Olivia Newton-John. We're talking about the movie Grease. No, we are not. It is indeed a unique combination of people that do what you and Woody do.
Yeah.
People that can work together, live together, plan together, sleep together, get up together.
Yeah.
And when I'm referring to that as making of the art, the real artwork is the marriage itself and how you guys plan, how you live together. That's an art of its own. Tell me, how do you do it?
Therapy.
Therapy's good.
But we do have a really special connection. We have this passion in common that we both very much understand. So even if we are having, say, an argument or what have you, we're both, stubborn artists as well. We always have this thing that brings us together. That's art, and that's glass. Like even if we are arguing and we have to blow glass for the day, you have to settle it. Otherwise, you'll just spend the day breaking everything. So we just learn how to conflict manage and try to wear all the different hats and.
Nice. How do you solve an argument with so much glass around?
I mean, I've smashed a glass before. It's satisfying.
It's like we can recreate that. We can make it again.
Yeah.
We can make
Grab
it
a second.
again. Claire, about 8 years ago, you guys met in college, I understand. Yeah. You met your husband. 4 years ago, you guys incorporated the business. You made the business. 2 years after that, you bought your studio, and you have your studio up and running. A year after that, you told me you got married at your studio.
Yep.
That must have been such a crazy special day.
It was so much fun.
Can you tell us why it was you decided to do it there?
It's very special to us. Like it's an environment that we completely created. It was an old mechanic shop, but we gutted and renovated the whole thing. So aesthetically and just psychologically, we love the space. Also, we're both not really traditional marriage type of people. So we just thought, hey, free venue.
Oh, it was a cost-cutting measure.
Yeah, and we also live in a neighborhood that doesn't really care about noise, so we can be as loud and as fun as we want.
Perfect. Yeah. Can you tell me what the fire marshal says is the seating capacity of your studio there?
Just keep them away. No, I'm kidding.
Must have been a few people there to celebrate with you anyway.
Yeah. We had about 80 people there. Like it was
Wow.
small. It was small, but it was all our closest people, so it was very fun.
I think that exceeds the fire maximum, but anyway. So our studio audience, one last question they want me to ask you is, where are you headed? Where's your business going?
We have lots of plans. We want to dive more into the fine art side of things, really work on our sculptural work. We want to branch more into the US and really kind of make our product line more robust and more self-maintaining, I guess. We're still working on that a little bit. Teaming up with different wineries, distilleries. We always want to keep that game going.
Beautiful.
Yeah, growing.
Thank you for being here with us, Claire Anderson of Studio Vine, and sharing your insights and your story. To read more about them, you can see them online, studiovine.ca. You can check them out. They're at their studio, 5535 Slater Avenue in Niagara Falls, or you can give them a call on the phone, 905-356-8900.
Thank you.
Claire.